أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي نزل الفرقان على عبده ليكون للعالمين نذيرا. وقال الله تعالى: وما أرسلناك إلا رحمة للعالمين. وقال الله تعالى: والضحى والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى وللآخرة خير لك من الأولى ولسوف يعطيك ربك فترضى ألم يجدك يتيما فآوى ووجدك ضالا فهدى ووجدك عائلا فأغنى فأما اليتيم فلا تقهر وأما السائل فلا تنهر وأما بنعمة ربك فحدث. صدق الله العظيم. Inshallah, we are going to start our session today of Seerat Nabee, the time of 7th year of Hijrah. From that year to onward, we're going to continue that topic, the hardship Prophet ﷺ and his companion, his supporters were going through. So that topic is going on right now. One important incident happened in this year, that when the Quraysh and the leaders of Quraysh, they heard, last time if you remember, we talked about the migration to Ethiopia, Abyssinia, Habsha. Two migration happened. And the king of Najashi, he gave them a lot of protocol, a lot of respect, and provided best hospitality to those Sahaba Rizwanullahi Ta'ala alayhim ajma'in. And the people and the group was sent behind them by the leaders of Quraysh, by the leaders of Makkah, to bring those people back to Makkah. So the king Najashi, he refused them clearly that you cannot take or you cannot harm any one of them. When they came back and they realized that they were given so much protocol in Habsha, in Abyssinia, and here Hamza Raziallahu Anhu embraced Islam, very strong Muslim. Umar bin Khattab Raziallahu Anhu became Muslim, very strong Muslim, and he invited everyone to come and offer your salat in Baitullah in the presence of everyone. No need to be afraid from those kuffar. So that gave a lot of strength to Muslims. So finally, all the leaders of Makkah, they got together and they said, what we gonna do? Their power and strength is growing day by day. We must do something before it's too late. So what they did, they said, let's write an agreement among all the tribes of Makkah that whosoever is the part of this agreement, we make a complete boycott of Banu Hashim and all their supporters. No one would have keep any relationship with this tribe, those people, family of Banu Hashim, and no one will be allowed to have marriages with this tribe, and no one can have any connection with them unless they hand over Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to us and we kill him. Na'uzubillah. When this agreement was written down, it was written by Mansur bin Ikrimah. What happened when he wrote this agreement for everyone on behalf of all the kuffar of Makkah, leaders of Makkah? Immediately his fingers stopped working. and he could not move them till his whole life. That punishment Allah has given to him right away. And he was not able to write anything after death. But the agreement got written down. All tribes, they were together, united in this agreement that will make a complete boycott of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, his companion, his associate, even all people of Banu Hashim. So Abu Talib, he was the leader of Banu Hashim. He said, okay, we don't care. And there is a valley, small valley, between those two mountains, closer to Makkah, closer to Haram. It is called Shebe Abi Talib. All of them, they went there and they stayed there. Days and night, they were living there because social boycott was made. They could not stay inside the city for that certain time. Banu Hashim and Banu Abdul Muttalib, they were with Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They supported him, even though most of them were non-Muslims. So Kuffar joined and accepted this boycott because of the tribal support they wanted to give to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his companions. And Muslims, obviously, they got captured and they wanted to stay with Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So Muslim and Kuffar, they got this social boycott from the leaders of Makkah. Only Abu Lahab stayed with Kuffar. He did not join them. He said, no, I also am with the other leaders of Makkah, even though he was from tribe of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. For 3 years they stayed in that valley. So much hunger, starvation captured them. But the people who had so much anger and hatred in the heart for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his companion, by seeing their starvation and their pain, they used to get happy. And those who had soft heart, they used to think about it and they used to say, we're not gonna do anything. Don't you see Mansur bin Ikrima, what happened to him? That was a live miracle. It happened in front of their eyes. But their shaitan was so strong, they could not back off. But they knew what's happened with Mansur bin Ikrima. His finger stopped working. Even up to now, it's not working. Sahaba, Muslims, and other people, sometimes they used to eat the leaves of the trees to fill their stomach. That time had arrived on them. Saad bin Abi Waqqas Radhiyallahu anhu says, one day I was starving to death. All in sudden, I stepped on something very soft. It was darkness of night. I could not see what it is. But I was so hungry, I just picked it up and ate it. Up to now, I don't know what was that. Can you imagine that you reach to this level and you don't know what you are eating? Then once he says that at night I went out and I saw the small piece of the skin of camel. My foot hit it and I realized it's the skin of camel. So I took it, brought it back to my place and burned it. And the ashes of that skin, I ate it with water. That much hungry I was. You can imagine the process, the hardship they went through. For 3 nights, that was the only food I got. After that, for 3 days and 3 nights, I got nothing. That was my last meal. It happened up to this level when a trader caravan used to enter in Mecca. That was a tradition. They used to come to Mecca. Abu Lahab used to be in front of everyone to tell them, hey, do not sell your products to those people. We had made their social boycott, all kinds of boycott. No trade is allowed with them. but still you want to sell your product and people of Makkah are not ready to buy it from you, then you have to charge them a lot of money, that not according to market price. That is the condition. And they had no other option. Many Sahaba, they had nothing to eat. How could they pay the price of those products? So kids were crying. Whole night the people of Makkah used to listen to the cry of those kids. People used to talk each other loudly. Some people in Mecca, they used to send the eatable things to them hiddenly. Sometime it used to happen. Hakim bin Hizam, Raziallahu ta'ala an, Khadija Raziallahu ta'ala was his aunt. So Hakim bin Hizam, one day he took his slave and brought a lot of agricultural produce and said, I'm gonna give it to them. They are my relatives. He was not Muslim at that time. Abu Jahl saw him and he said, are you taking all this agricultural produce to those people? You gonna help them? So they started arguing. I will not let you do that. We made their social boycott. You are not allowed to go there. Abul Bakhtari, another famous leader of Makkah, he came in between and he said to Abu Jahl that how come you stopped him from helping his relatives? You should not do that. And they started arguing with each other. They had a fight. Then finally, Abul Bakhtari, there was a bone of camel, dead camel. He hit him so hard that Abu Jahl started bleeding. Both of them were kuffar, but one had a soft heart and the other one has such a enmity in his heart. And Abu Jahl later on said, you know what thing hurt me the most that day? Hamza Raziyallahu anhu was looking at me. That was a shame for me. That look, two leader of Arab are fighting for us. That was a shame for me. So Shaitan made him turn to this direction. What happened after 3 years? Hisham bin Amr, Raziyallahu anhu, he became Muslim when Rasulullah conquered Makkah. Hakim bin Hizam became Muslim when Rasulullah conquered Makkah. All these leaders. So they were kuffar at that time. Hisham bin Amr Raziyallahu anhu said that it is so sad for us. They are our relatives. Even though some are the Muslims, some are non-Muslim, but at least they are our relatives. And we eat at home. We have our kids enjoying good food, and look at their kids. They are starving, they are crying, and we are hearing their cry even in our homes. So it is so sad, shame on us that we cannot help our relatives. But he was all alone. We must help them. So he started to help those people. How? He used to take his animal, one of his animal, used to put the load of eatable things, and he used to live in that valley. And the people used to grab it and used to eat those eatable things. And next night he used to do the same thing, because he used to do at night. Daytime it was not possible for him. Then he came to Zuhair bin Abi Umayyah and said, he also became Muslim when Rasulullah conquered Mecca, the third one. And he said, it is such a shame for us that our relatives are starving. We are hearing the cry of those kids, the women, and everybody is there, and we cannot feed them, and we fill our stomach in our homes, even though they were Muslim. But look at their soft heart. Allah gave them the wealth of Iman later on because of those services there. So and said, O Zuhair, Would you like what you want to eat? You can eat. What you want to wear, you can wear. Wherever you want to marry, you can do that. But family, but your uncle and relatives, they are starving up to this level. They don't have even one single morsel to eat. Would you like that for your relatives? He said, no, never. He said, that's going on. That's going on. If Abu Jahl's relative would be there, he would certainly be in front of everyone and would help them. But because his relatives are not there, so that's why he's ordering us, nobody can come closer to those people. So we should not listen to him anymore. So Zuhair said, Raziyallahu ta'ala, I know what you're saying. It is, I'm with you. But what can I do? What you can do? We are two people only. The whole Makkah is against them. He said, let's talk to some other people. Maybe we will find some other people who will have soft heart for them too. So they went to Hisham bin Amr. Hisham bin Amr, he also became Muslim. But again, when Rasulullah conquered Makkah. So he's from there they stood up, they went to Mut'am bin Adi and presented the same case to him. He said, yes, I'm with you. This is very bad. Shame on us. He said, let's talk to Abu al-Bakhtari, the one who hit Abu Jahl with a bone of camel, and Abu Jahl got injured. Then from Abu al-Bakhtari, they went to Zum'a bin al-Aswad. So these 5 people got together and they say, yes, we should not listen to Abu Jahl anymore. We must help them. So how are we going to do it? He said, let's tomorrow when everybody in the morning get together in Haram, in Baytullah, some among us should stand up and should raise this concern that we must help them. We're not going to follow this agreement anymore. So we're going to support you. So Zuhair Raziyallahu anhu said, I'm going to do it. The first step, first initiative, I will take it. So in the morning, they all got together in Haram. Zuhair said, O people of Makkah, it is such a big shame on us that we eat whatever we want to, we drink whatever we want to, we wear whatever we want to, we can marry anywhere, but Banu Hashim, they are dying because of this starvation, this hardship and the pain they are going through. I swear to Allah, I will not leave this place until you tear it off, that agreement. All leaders listen to me. Tear it off. Abu Jahl said, I swear to Allah, nobody is allowed to tear off this agreement. Zuma bin al-Aswad said, I also swear to Allah it will be torn off. And the day or the minute you wrote this agreement, we were not happy with it. But we accepted it because we were pushed so hard for this. And then everyone, Hisham bin Amr and Mut'am, everybody said, yes, I support you, I support you, I support you. Abu Jahl realized they are all going against this agreement now. What happened over here? A night before, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Abu Talib, he was there in that valley with Rasulullah. He said, oh my uncle, my Allah appointed this Deemak ko kya bolte hain? My Allah appointed those insect, termite, and that agreement is torn off, eaten completely by those insects, except the top name, which is written Bismikallahumma. That was a tradition. Even they were non-Muslim, but they used to write on the top Bismikallahumma. That is not eaten by those insects. The rest of the agreement, all the clauses are eaten by those insects. So Abu Talib came in the morning, and when these people were talking, Abu Talib said, Subhanallah, Subhanallah. He said, my nephew has informed me that agreement is no more there. It is eaten by those insects. And I stand on his statement. He never ever told a lie up to now in his whole life. He must be speaking the truth. So let's make a decision. If Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, my nephew, what he said, if it is true, then whatever you want to do it. I don't care. But if what he said is not proven, then I am ready to hand over Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to you people. You want to kill him or you want to stay him alive, I won't have any objection. Up to this level, I'm ready with you. Can you imagine Abu Talib, non-Muslim, he's believing in his words up to this level. What he said, I believe in it. Yes, that's happened. He did not see this agreement, but whatever he said, I believe in it. So people said, yes, you spoke, you made the justice. We agree on it. So that was inside Baitullah, this agreement. When they went inside, they brought that piece. That word was existing. The rest of the clauses were eaten by the insects. Subhanallah. It was a living miracle in front of everyone. And all people of Makkah, they bore down their heads out of shame that how we were arguing with him. So that became the source that this agreement got terminated. In the 10th year of Hijrah, Abu Talib and all his people, they came out. This happened in the 7th year of Hijrah. For 3 years, they were there. For 3 years, can you imagine? It was not for 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. For 3 years, they lived in this kind of starvation, hardship, and sacrifices. Then they came out from this valley. And then Abu Talib came to Baitullah. He grabbed the cloth of Baitullah, this cover of Baitullah, and said, "Oh Allah, those who offended us, they made zulm on us, they cut off our relationship, and they made all kind of boycott of us. Ya Allah, you take our revenge from them." So that was his dua. So this became the source that everything, that this social boycott came to an end. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he was a very noble person. We talked about him a lot. He used to make decision in his tribe. People used to consider him a wise, a just person even before Islam. So when he became Muslim, so he was also given hard time by those leaders of Mecca. So one day he went out from Mecca and said, "I'm also gonna go to Abyssinia, Habsha. That is a place where I can live there peacefully and I can do my ibadah over there. It's not a place to live anymore, this Mecca." So when he reached to Barkul Ghima, there is a name of place. There was a tribe used to live there, Ibn Dughna. That was a leader of that tribe. He met him. He was leader of his tribe, and the tribe Qara, that's the name of this tribe, his leader. They both met each other. He said, "Where are you going?" Abu Bakr said, "My nation, my people have kicked me out. They don't allow me to live there anymore peacefully. So I'm going to migrate, and the land of Allah is so big, and I'm going to find a spot where I can do his ibadah peacefully." Ibn Dughana said, "Oh Abu Bakr, a person like you can never be kicked out, can never be forced to leave your place, your town, because you always help others, because you always join connection of people, because you take the burden of other people, means set people free, pay their loans, their debts, help them. You are a hospitable person, and you are always with truth, and you are a fair and just person. How about I take you under my supervision, in my protection?" That used to be a tradition of Arab. You are under my supervision, you are under my protection, so nobody would harm you. He said, "Okay, no problem." He said, "Let's go. I'm with you." He came back to Makkah and he made the tawaf of Baitullah. And then all the leaders of Makkah were sitting there and said, "O people of Makkah, the person like Abu Bakr can never be kicked out, can never be forced to leave his place. And you are forcing a person who is always up front to help people, other people, to help poor and weak people, to unite the relationship, take the burden of people, and he give food to others, poor and needy people. And he is always standing with fair and with justice. I have given him full custody and protection. He is under my aman now, so nobody can harm him. They all came to him and said, you can't do that. You can't do that. We're not going to allow him that he continue his preaching and he make ibadah in front of everyone. Only one condition, that because somebody used to stand for protection and an aman, so they used to back off all leaders. Yes, he is also a leader. Otherwise, tribal war should have happened if nobody listened to him. But with one condition, we can allow you. You can take him in your protection and custody. If you impose a condition on him, he's gonna make his ibadah inside his home. He is not allowed to come in haram and pray over there and offer his salat and do his ibadah. He said, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna talk to him. That is acceptable. Then he said to Abu Bakr, this is the condition, you're gonna pray at home. You are not allowed to pray in haram. He said, okay. Then Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he started praying at home. So he made a small place, a small masjid inside his home. What happened? He used to recite Quran so loudly. All the neighbors, all people, especially the kids and the women, they used to come and they used to see at him what he is reading, how he is reading, how he is praying, everything. So he became a source of attraction for other people. So when he used to recite Quran in his salat, that used to attract everyone. So it melted the heart of other people, neighbors, everyone. So the leader, they became suspicious again. What's going on? We cannot stop him. So they again send a message to that leader. He said, you made a commitment with us, but now he's reading Quran so loudly, everybody goes to him and listen his Quran. And we are afraid very soon our women gonna say, we want to change our religion too. So please stop him. This is not acceptable. So then he came and he said to Abu Bakr Siddiq Razilullah anhu, why are you doing it? Don't you remember, I have taken you under my protection and you should not break it. Abu Bakr Razilullah anhu said, I return your protection. I can't stop worshipping Allah like the way you want me. I'm gonna do it as I want to. So I return it and I go under the protection of Allah. Let them do whatever they want to with me. I will deal with them, no problem. So that was very famous incident, it happened. But this leader, the qualities he mentioned about Abu Bakr Siddiq radhiyallahu anhu, same qualities were mentioned about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam by Khadija radhiyallahu ta'ala anha, when she took him to Warqa bin Nawfal. If you remember that story in the beginning, that you are such a hospitable person, you help others, you take the burden of others, you feed hungry and poor people and things like that. So both, they have same kind of qualities. That shows he in Awsaf how close he was with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But after few months, not few days, sorry, either in the month of Ramadan or month of Shawwal, 10th year of Hijrah, Abu Talib, uncle of Rasulullah, passed away. He was always standing there and supporting Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then, right after his death, only 3 days passed by, or in one riwayah, 5 days passed by. Khadija radhiyallahu anha died too. And that was the most painful time for Rasulullah. There was no one around him who could support him. His wife, she was the big source of peace for him. She used to encourage him all the time. And Abu Talib used to stand for him all the time. Now there is no one. It is reported in Musnad Ahmad, it is reported in Bukhari, it is reported in Muslim, it is reported in Nasai. See, 4 books. talks about it. When Abu Talib was on his deathbed, Rasulullah came to him. By chance, maybe from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, certainly, Abu Jahl and Abdullah bin Abi Umayyah was sitting next to him. And he was on his deathbed. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Oh uncle, say only once, La ilaha illallah. I will talk to Allah about you on the day of judgment. Just say it once." So he was about to say something. Then Abu Jahl and Abdullah bin Abi Umayyah, they interrupted him. He said, "Are you leaving your religion?" And they brought him back. He said, no, I am still on the religion of Abdul Muttalib. And then he died. Rasulullah started asking Allah for his maghfirah. This is a big support. This year, 10th of year of Hijrah, Rasulullah called this year, it's a year of grief. Because two big supporters, they left this dunya. Then he said, I'm going to keep asking for his maghfirah until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stops me. I'm not going to be stopped. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed those verses of Surah At-Tawbah, verse number 113. What he says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ma kana lin nabiyyi wal ladhina amanu. It is not permissible for prophet, for Nabi, for prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and for those who have iman. It is not permissible for prophet and for believers an yastaghfiru lil mushrikeen, that you make astaghfar for mushrikeen. What does it mean? Abu Talib was mushrik. He was not Muslim. So it is not permissible for you. Walau kanu uli qurba, even they are among your relatives. Like he's your uncle. Not allowed. Min ba'di ma tabayyana lahum, when the haqq became clear to them. Annahum ashabul jahim, they are the people of Jahannam. Mushrikeen will go to Jahannam, they are the people of Jahannam. So it is not permissible for you. So Allah stopped him not to do that anymore. And another version says this ayah was also revealed on this occasion. Innaka la tahdi man ahbabta walakin Allah yahdi man yasha. Whom you love, whom you want, you cannot give guidance. But your Allah, for whom He wants, can give guidance. It is not your job. It is not in your hand to give guidance to people. It is the job. It is in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you do your job. Abbas radiyallahu anhu says, I asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, what happened to your uncle Abu Talib, my brother? He was your big helper, big support. Where he is right now? He replied, he is in the fire up to his ankles. If I would not have prayed to Allah, he would be completely drowned in Jahannam. So because of my shafa'ah, only up to his ankle he is in Jahannam. That's it. The rest of the body is out. We people, Ahl Sunnat wal Jamaat, we have this aqidah that Abu Talib was not Muslim. Shia says he became Muslim. They believe in it that Abu Talib was Muslim, Nauzubillah Abu Bakr Siddiq was not Muslim. But we believe that Abu Talib was not Muslim. That is our belief. After, when they both died, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, what I do? People of Makkah, they are not listening and they are keep torturing Muslims. There is no more strong support left anymore. So he said, let's go to neighboring town Taif and preach their leaders, their people. Somebody might accept Islam from that tribe, from that time. So from there, in the 10th year of Hijrah, he planned to travel to Taif with his son, adopted son, Zaid bin Harisa radhiyallahu anhu. That's a long story, but that we will continue inshallah next week. What happened to him over there? And that was one of the most painful day for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Aisha radhiyallahu anha asked, O Prophet of Allah, day of Uhud was the harder day for you, most painful day for you? He said, no Aisha, Day of Taif was the most painful day of my life. May Allah reward him the highest as per his status and value. Look how much suffering he was going through. Every day, every minute, every night, he was in pain, in torture, in hardship, in sacrifices. For what? For this ummah. His life was not life of comfort. All the time pain and suffering. But when you hear this, even we went to Taif and these people were throwing stones. Inshallah, we'll talk in details. What happened? How did he start giving dawah to the leader? And what was their response? And what happened in the end? And where was he moving? How he was running? The angels on the sky, hadith says, they were crying. They were crying by seeing this scene. Oh Allah, help him. Jibreel said to Allah, Ya Allah, help him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, go and offer him whatever you want to. You are permitted. He came down. This whole long hadith. Inshallah, that we will discuss next time. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us afiyah, give us the true understanding of those verses of the Holy Quran, a hadith of Nabee s.a.w. Ameen. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.